Let's go to welcome in. I'm carving a flower similar to this one. So far, this is what I've got going across the top, if you can see. So I messed that up a tiny bit, but I can fix it by going deeper. I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing, Elijah? What's happening? I'm going to call you Romero. I think that's the right way. Sometimes nothing's better than something bad. That's 62. Perfect. Glad you guys stopped in to say hello. Man, my buddy George over here. No, you're good, Kaylee. I'm glad you asked. I'm carving a flower similar to this one right here and this one right here. So I'll show you exactly how I'm doing it too. So what I do is I go around and outline the outer petals and then the inner petals. And then I will dig down on these ones that are recessed. And then I will define these ones without digging too deep. So it's a pretty simple process. I'm going to do the center of the flower a little bit bigger, like a sunflower on this one. And I'll show you my outline so far. So I freehand it, just going around it and making some lines that overlap every once in a while. So this one goes on top. This one will go in between these two. This one will stick out proud of this one. And this one will be recessed by the behind the next two. Just going about it randomly, I guess. But it's pretty easy to do. It's one of the easier things that I carve. That big flower was not easy, but it's something you can just sit down and straight do without scratching your head too much. So, hell yeah, USA. I appreciate you stopping in. Good to see you. It's one of my TikTok followers and good friends there, Mr. USA Freedom. Fantastic man right there. I used to do a TikTok live stream, but it just became too many hoops to jump through. The only upside was they allowed you to play music. Outside of that, they want you to pay for views on your short form content to get it past the algorithm, I guess you could say. And they want to violate you for doing stuff that you didn't even do. My dumbest violation, either two of them. One of them was for redirecting people to another app for the app that I don't have on a link in my bio, which I don't have a link in my bio. So I got in trouble for that and didn't even do it. Then I got in trouble for a little free library. They said there was violence in it. And there was literally a song from Kermit the Frog on there with no voice and me walking around the library and opening the door. And I got reported for violence. So, for those, amongst many other reasons, I have quit YouTube and come over, or quit TikTok and come over to YouTube. I will deal with you having to hear the sound of my voice instead of the sweet sounds of Merle Haggard or Waylon Jennings or if anybody knows anybody on YouTube that works for YouTube. Tell them we want to buy temporary music rights per live. Here we go. I'm going to give you a little tutorial of my flower. I'm going to try to make it as big as possible in the center. I appreciate that like, even though it's just one. It was a good one. For anybody that's new, which probably everybody is, I try to do a little bit of a carving live stream. If you want to see any of my other projects, I do little free libraries. I do other carvings. I'd be glad to share them with you if you want a tour of one of them or have any questions, I guess you could say. Or I guess you would say. Week's going good. Work's picking up. I got some roof repairs to do, and I got some other carpentry related items to do. So it's a good week. I'm excited to pay some bills. How about yourself? What's going on, Tofik? Thanks for stopping in and saying hello. If you haven't figured out already, that's my real name on my bio or whatever you want to call it. I do handyman roofing and, any type of general repair business here in Sarasota, Florida area, Sarasota, Bradenton area. Used to do a TikTok carving stream. I'll still post over there, but I'm not paying to put content up. All right. Well, hell yeah. That's one thing that I am not is a tile guy. I'm not a bathroom guy. I do, anybody can switch out a vanity that's been in the business for a little while. And all that other stuff and basic plumbing above the wall. I can move drains and stuff. I just not set up to do it full time and with any efficiency. I'd have to go to Lowe's and buy all the tools. But I'd do some cool metal roofing. I got a lot of respect for those tile guys. The hardest part about your job, I think, is keeping that damn tile mastic off of everything. Having 15 buckets of clean water on standby. I'll take you on a tour of a. It's not 100% correct because the two different roofing profiles and the size of the metal and how I modified the 5V panel, interlocking them would have been a monumental task to run the water past the valley. So I did skimp a little bit, but you'd never know it. Oh yeah, trying to slope a shower floor and put a mud pan in. Do I know you, sir? I think I do. There's another little flower. It looks like the stem here when you put it on camera, but it's not. There's a flower petal in front of that, I promise. Stained glass window, door latch, my little signature 3 hinge. How is the bathroom business here in the sunny state of if you are? Yeah, all right. What's going on, Justin? Thanks for stopping in, buddy. You're busted. Now I know you're handled. Unless you're hitting all the unless you're getting super lucky, hitting all the right, saying all the right things. Schluter does suck. All right. Are you working for Jeff? Does he have you busy or you got your own thing going on? I got a build in to do for him. That boy sells some work. I gotta give it to him. And I hate the clerical side of what we do. Hell yeah, I appreciate you saying what's up, Justin. Thanks for coming in and sparking a little bit of conversation. If you need a shower or bath done in the Sarasota area, there's your man right there, King Groggy. Find him on here, and he did my bathroom, helped me out with it. Glad I didn't act like some sort of expert on bathrooms. He would have called me straight out. He knows exactly how much I know. And don't know. Let's finish that one in there. If you're new here and just hanging out, I'm carving a flower to scent, similar to this one. If you have any questions on how, this is one of the easier things that I carve. They're fun to do. If you ever thought carving was fun, this is how you have fun doing it. Music would be nice, but YouTube's got rules. Against that, TikTok lets you steal it, but it's not worth it. It's not worth it. That's how we do that. A little finishing move to connect the last two pedals is one thing that you do have to think about. Run it under the last one, and then run behind one, run one behind the two of those where they connect. So I got that going on. Went and did my outline. I don't know how well you can see it in this, but I will. Now I'm going to start digging down the low points, these guys. And that's pretty easy by going beside the low point right here. So I'll go in and dig down dig down the edge of the high point and then start removing material. So I went down and really dug this line in right here. And then I will dig the outline of this out, and then I'll chip away on both sides of that. How well you can see what I'm doing. But this one I've already done. This one I'm doing, and then I'll do this, and then I'll chip away at the side of that into that. Might use my chisel for that. I got a skew sitting around here somewhere. If I were to ever offer a class on carving, this is the first thing I would teach. That safety. Everything I carve away from myself or into something that's going to, the knife will fly into it instead of me. Chisel might be better suited for this. If I can find it. We'll work without it. We'll see if we can do this all with a pocket knife, which I know I can. So I got my stop cut. I'm going around the edge of this, and then I'll dig this down. So like I said before, my outline, digging around this, and then I'm digging this down, and I'll dig down in both directions. These things are super simple. If you're going to start carving, I would start off with either a flower or a spoon. Birds are easy, but you got to see how they're done before you do them, because you don't like get into all the wings. I do some fish, abstract and abstract light. I'll show you one of the fish that I did that looks like a fish. The other one, it's fish and you can tell, but it's more of a imaginative piece. It started off as this piece of firewood, which is live oak. It looks stringy and not very tough, but it is stringy and it is extremely hard. It is twice as hard as white oak or red oak. And I made this guy out of that piece. That's got a knot hole right here. It was laying in somebody's firewood pile, and I saw it, and I had to have it. Baby George, what are you doing? Hope he's not trying to escape and go see other dogs. I got it open just enough to where he can stick his head out there and hopefully he can't escape. Baby George, come here and say hi. Come here, bub. Dude, right here. There's nobody in here. Nobody but you and me, bud. Hi, sweetheart. Come here, brother. Come here. Oh, I know it. I know you're my buddy. Carving with George. I know, sweetheart. Hold on, I'm carving right now, but my dog needs a rubber. Come on, up down, up down. Good boy. All right, baby George, everybody. My main man. That dog loves me, and me, and food. And I love George. Anybody that's new, I'm carving a flower similar to this. Here's what I got so far. I'm going to do two huge leaves in here. That are going at least. Or none. Who knows? Depends on if I can make it all fit. Where'd you go, George? Making dog click off. George, come here. Trying to leave me? You trying to leave? I thought I had it closed far enough where you can't get out. Yeah. Why don't you stay over here in the fan with me? Huh? It's hot out here. Good boy. Had me scared there for a second. I thought he had taken off. He's sneaky, man. He will slip out of anything, even though you think you got him under control. That's when you find out, you know. Another important thing about this, when you're using a piece of wood that has a soft grain, I'm using cedar. I orient my grain like this. So when you cut down into it, you'll start seeing like the grain look like this. So that adds an extra design feature. And when you use a soft wood and you do this, the grain sort of chips off and flakes this way and that way. So if you have slab cut lumber, these types of things are ideal to do with leftover cutoffs. So your 1x4s and 2x6s and 2x4s of cedar, it's ideal to carve topographical features with your grain that's not ideal for pretty much anything else. This isn't all instructional. Like, if you guys have any questions about anything else, life, don't ask me about women. I only know one thing about a woman, and they will mess you up. Do not expect mistake their kindness for weakness. They will they'll show you. You won't show them. That's the only thing I know. Uh, so just don't ask me about them. You know everything I do. I know about dogs though. How not to raise them. Make them awesome. Here we go. Show you where I'm going with it. First time I ever did one of these, it took me forever. Now I repeated the process once or twice. Actually, think I can teach it on some level. I know somebody watched me do this on TikTok, and they had they have a lot of carving experience, and he was able to make sense of making flowers after seeing me do it. Which there's something that you see on this channel that I do, and it clicks in your head, and you can do it. By all means, steal any idea that you want on here. I did not invent carving flowers. I did not invent carving. And I'll never be as good as you, and you'll never be as good as me. So have at it. One day my hands won't work very much anymore, and somebody will have to pick this up and do it. That's gonna look amazing. If you don't mind, drop a like. Let YouTube that know that I'm worth stopping in and seeing for a minute. I'm not a technical carver. I'm just a whittler that follows some technical rules. Makes cool shit. Stuff. Cool stuff. Try not to cuss. I don't know how well you can see what I'm doing. What did I just cut into? It's hard for me to see what I'm doing. Baby, I'm digging deeper into that and I don't want to. George, come here. What are you doing, buddy? Good boy. Listen as good as you did yesterday. Come here, bud. Here he is. Ears good, don't listen. Bad breath, good kisser. Nice. Almost an hour in. As my wife's gonna be home here soon, and I'd have to wrap things up. Hey, hey, George. Maybe. I know. Get in here. You're doofus. Give me a heart attack, bro. I know. Come here. My boy escaped. Went to go see another dog, and I thought I had the garage door closed enough to where he couldn't escape. And I lost my carbon, which is fine. Got my dog, buddy. You're not to be trusted. You're a dick, dude. I set you straight up for failure, and you did. What's going on, Canada Bell? If you're still here, I'm carving a flower. My dog just escaped, so I had to run. I'm still getting reoriented to reality. Thank you. How's the? Are you in Canada? Hence, I mean, I know name probably seems obvious. How's your weather up there in the Great White North? Are you warming up yet? I'm down here in Florida where it's been hot for 2 months, just about. By hot, I mean high 80s, low 90s. I've been to Canada once in the heat. It was warm. I lived in Ohio, which is, you know, right next to the border. We had similar weather there. Florida heat's a little bit different. It's got that tropical humidity that will you become the cold pop can that moisture sticks to, if you know what I mean. And heat does not dissipate real good. Hence the fishing hoodie. Keep the oh, I like cold too. I love the cold. I moved here because my wife wanted to. I can handle the heat though. This is my summer and winter garb: jeans and a fishing hoodie. These things are nice though. They're vented all the way up and down the back, and some of them in the arms and armpits. Oh yeah, Florida's cool. No, everybody sort of minds their own business. You get a lot of flack here about, if you watch the news, you'll see a lot of stuff, and everybody likes to target stuff and pinpoint like one or two sentences. But you come down here, everybody minds their own business. There's not a lot of conversation outside of, day to day business. And if you turn off the TV and local social media channels, the people are fantastic. Everybody is the thing I miss about the North, and there's a definite difference in the people in there, is like during the summertime when you go outside and like a northern neighborhood, everybody's like throwing the football or, you know, it's a more communal feel. Here, everybody minds their own business. No, it's not. It's either you're out doing something where everybody's doing it at a public place, but when you go back into the neighborhoods and stuff, if you're not hanging out with your specific friends and everything like that, you're hanging out by yourself, which there's a lot of positive to that too. It's not always a negative thing, but I do miss the community feel of the North. That's not necessarily as prevalent down here. Everybody's busy or retired. A lot to do and a lot going on, and a lot to do it for, meaning bills. What part of Florida did you go to? Oh yeah, I hear Alberta's all right if you're in Canada. That's where you want to live, people wise. And by mind their business, I mean people are super respectful and courteous in conversation. They don't wear their for the most part, they don't wear their belief system on their sleeve. Really want to get to know who you are, not what you are. That's what I mean by mind your own business or mind their business. And I really do like that. I mean, everybody lives in harmony down here, whether anybody wants you to believe it or not. Crime rate's pretty low. We're all pretty tough on crime. Well, unless you go to like Miami. For as populated as Florida is, it's got over 20 million people, and we're at like a 54-year crime low, which is fantastic. Back in Ohio, in 7 years, I had my truck broken in my neighborhood 3 times. Here in 9 years, I have not had my truck broken into once. Shoplifting, they'll do it depend, especially if you're in like certain counties, they'll do fingerprints, they will find you and they will prosecute you. They don't let you get away with anything if they can prevent it. Every little crime is worth the police's time. Oh, Tampa's not bad. I'm about an hour from Tampa. Thank you for stopping in and talking to me. I appreciate it. I'm an hour from Tampa. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get something to drink. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate every one of you.